But on that note, let's go to the news. So this is gonna be a Frank, Mario, Sly joint, or the three of you guys, the two. I don't know how this is working, but I'm gonna send it to Frank and take.
Well,
take it
it's
away.
actually Mario and Sly for the first one.
Okay, Mario and Sly.
Yeah, so we live reacted to the Nintendo Direct. Definitely check out our video of that. But we just wanted to talk about some of the announcements, get, y'all's opinions on everything. Starting off strong, Kirby. Does anybody care about Kirby?
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Right.
They have a 3D platformer for Kirby. I think this is the first time they've ever really.
Kirby.
Well, I mean, it's pretty big because this is the first time Kirby's ever been in a 3D platformer like this.
Yeah,
like
it looks rough.
It looks rough, but I mean, it looks like a new direction for that kind of franchise.
Yeah, because they've always been side scrollers, right?
They've always been kind of these weird little side scroller games, or even like I think there was even like a
5D or something like that.
Yeah, like a 2.5D thing, but they've never really gone full like Super Mario 3D platformer
most of the
type
time,
deal.
they've always been on the handheld side of it too, right?
Yep.
I guess Switch kind of is a hand.
The
They
Woolly
have,
World
like-
one, or not Woolly World,
Yeah.
but the string one.
Yeah.
But
But like, I don't think we've had a like mainline one since like, I don't know. Yeah, now that you think about it, I don't really.
yeah, I mean
I can't really think of one.
the first hot take, obviously, when we talked about it on the stream was, oh shit, another Kirby game, because every year there's a Kirby game. Now, granted, this is different. The first thing I also saw on the internet, and it was the first thing I think I also said on the stream, was this is Last of Us.
I swear to God, I saw a picture of somebody going like Last of Us vibes. It was just the picture of the mall.
The mall, which
and
is
like
that's
and the picture of a mall. I'm like, okay, is a mall now Last of Us?
No, I mean desecrated the area. Like it looked like the Seattle area in Last of Us 2. But I just as a funny observation. But this is cool. But at the same time, I'm like, yes, for Kirby fans, go for it. You have your Mario Odyssey now. Enjoy that.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that they're finally starting to like take more of these franchises that they currently have and just start throwing them into like different, try something new with them. You know what I mean? I imagine Kirby probably sells well no matter what, but let them try something new. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of cool.
No, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy they're doing something new with it. Never gonna play this game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Fan.
I'm not a Kirby fan either.
Again, if you're making a franchise, put a different twist on it.
Yeah,
just don't keep releasing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, try something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we saw a release date for Project Triangle Strategy. I think I remember Fee. You seemed pretty excited about this, right?
Yes, I definitely am. So is Harv.
I'm this is Final Fantasy Tactics. Give me more Final Fantasy Tactics. That's what I want.
Exactly tactics, but I'll give it to you that.
This is pretty much Tactics in a new art style.
Where's the elevation? The elevation of all the different areas. That's I'm just being
they have elevation.
It looked very minimal as far as I'm concerned. But just continue.
I mean, you
go, fam. You go.
Sure. If you can get a remake of, if you can get like this art style with Tactics, like remake Tactics in this art style, I would love that so much. Give me that game. But again, this game looks awesome. I love these kind of games where it's turn-based. It is trying to figure out what kind of strategy you want to do to take out the enemy. It looks like the story is weird, batshit crazy, which is just the Square Enix game again.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. And yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh my goodness. I was just trying to remember the name of the game that
Octopath Traveler?
No. It's a turn-based game. It has a dog in it. Like a golden retriever is one of your like commanders, and I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Valkyria Chronicles?
No.
Oh.
Valkyria.
That's what I thought too.
Well, Valkyria Chronicles is a good one. Goodness. I'm gonna have to think of it.
Dog
Lieutenant?
game.
Undertale.
Turn-based. No, it's like War something, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. And once I remember
Warmind.
Warmonger?
No.
Wargroove.
Wargroove. There we go. Wargroove.
War. What is it good for?
War.
Oh my goodness.
Grooving, apparently.
Yeah, but no, it's I really enjoy turn-based games, and so I'm really excited about this. Also, kind of like the art style overall. So I'm pretty pumped to see how this gameplays, and you said it comes out in 2022, so that goes
March.
March
March
4th.
4th, 2022.
Yeah.
March seems to be a bumping month next year.
It's a Switch exclusive, I think, too. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
For now.
it is a Switch exclusive, isn't it?
For now.
yeah, it'll probably come out on Steam.
Did Octopath
Yeah.
ever
Yeah,
get re-released?
It's on Game Pass.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
Yeah. This is the game that Mario would love to play, but does not. That's what happened with Octopath.
Octopath, like the thing about Octopath is it was a good game. The story was just bad.
Nah.
I don't know what they were doing with that
Yeah.
story.
I
But you have
wasn't a fan of
8
the story.
stories. Yeah, you have 8 different adventures that are disjointed from each other.
That
I don't know
doesn't
what
sound fun.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking because you could do them in any order, which is the problem. Because then you do stories in different orders. They don't connect to each other then. At that
Or you
point.
just do the best one and just finish the game.
There you go.
Best one out of all of
to
them.
finish the game, you have to do all 8.
You have to do all 8.
Yeah, but like obviously they're not that long. But like again, they're not all connected, which sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we had the Castlevania Advanced Collection, which was released. So announced and release, always fun.
Yeah,
Hype.
announced and released the same day.
Yeah.
I remember Mario
Maybe
talking
exactly.
about actually when we were having a Castlevania conversation, talking about if the advanced games were available for people to play, and I said no, and it's a shame because a lot of those games were really good, and now they're available. I recommend
Now
if it's
people
in the
can play 'em.
collection, Circle of the Moon, really good game,
Believe that's there.
highly recommended.
Now it's up to the DS games.
Yeah.
Or a new Castlevania game.
That too. That could be great as well.
Oh, that's a pipe dream at this point.
I mean, I would just say play Bloodborne if you're gonna play another Castlevania game. But that's-
Yeah, actually, I would argue Bloodborne's more of a Castlevania.
like that is a more modernized Castlevania game. Right
Like at post Symphony in the Night, unless you're playing on a handheld, there is no real Castlevania game. I will fight you on the Lords of Shadow series because I do not like them.
Fair enough.
there. What about Bloodstain?
That is it's weird because it's technically an homage
It's the same
made
dude
by
that
somebody who made the game.
Castlevania.
Yeah. It's fucked up when you have to live a life of like, oh, I created this beautiful franchise and I have to make an homage to my own franchise.
Well,
It's the same thing. What happened to Keiji Inafune that
with
made
Mega Man.
Mighty Number 9, I think it was.
To me, it's when Sam Raimi was like, all right, I'm not going to do Evil Dead 3. Instead, I'm going to do Army of Darkness, which is just taking the original character and stuff from that movie, the second movie,
Yeah.
and put it in the third movie. It's totally different, but also the same.
Yeah.
We got also another remaster for ActRaiser. ActRaiser Renaissance was announced.
Look cool.
Never played this game.
That's
I
cool.
actually might jump
Yeah.
into it.
To be honest,
I've never played it. I don't remember it. I know it was a classic game. I just don't remember what it looks like.
honestly, it's shocking to me that this was a classic game because it looks like something that would have came out a couple years ago, both being like a side scroller and like a populist game of like building out your world map. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool that they had something like that so early on. So good on them.
For sure, that style definitely came back recently, so
Yeah.
it's timely.
Cool.
Good to see. Metroid Dread releasing October 8th at the same time as the Switch OLED, so it'll be interesting to see how that utilizes all the souped up Switch capabilities.
I want to make a statement. I remember when the first Switch came out, and I said if they make a new Switch, I will buy them every time. I bought the light Switch. I will not be buying this OLED. It's just too similar to the original.
Don't buy it. Don't buy it. If
When
you
the
like,
Pro
unless you
comes out-
really, this is going to be a small hot take, but unless you really need that OLED screen, you're not getting much out of the new.
I barely touch my
Don't
Switch
be
as it is.
stupid.
I barely touch my Switch as it is. I played No More Heroes last night just because it was cheap and I bought it on my Switch Lite. So
Yeah, wait till Nintendo actually, puts some real effort into a re-release and then pick up that one.
when I'm 40,
when you're 40, it's gonna be a Switch 2 at this point. It's been too long.
Yeah, we also got Chobo GP, which is a racing game, announced. Racing games are fun. I probably, unless I have a lot of people who are playing it, I probably won't play it. But
how about for you Final
racing
Fantasy
games are
nerds?
fun.
They were like, we can't put Final Fantasy character. Let's put Chocobos in there.
Yeah, apparently it plays like Mario Kart.
You got your Gilgameshes, your White Knight, or White Mages.
Yeah, apparently it plays like Mario Kart. It's the Final Fantasy Mario Kart game.
Just
Because
give me another goddamn Mario Kart. Where the fuck is the next Mario Kart? That's all I want.
Bro, everybody already bought the deluxe edition. You know what I mean? They don't need to buy it.
This one, that I can't just get another goddamn Mario Kart game.
Nintendo already fleeced us with deluxe edition. Okay, they don't need to make another one.
Don't bring out these fucking knockoff Mario Kart games. Give me a goddamn Mario Kart game.
I mean, at this point, what they're gonna probably do is just take all the detective/murder game video games that are on the Nintendo and just have a racing game. It's gonna be Danganronpa.
Oh, dude, I'd play that. I'd play that.
Ace Attorney, fucking.
It's gonna be
All
like the one.
murders.
All the murder ones.
Professor
like there's
Layton.
one that's like it's like the one room or whatever. That one where it's just like Saw meets Danganronpa.
Oh, I know what you're talking about too,
Yeah.
man. Fuck, what is it called?
I don't know what it's called, but it's just all these characters. If you don't win, you die.
My
Like
God.
that's the premise of this game.
Corpse Party, I think it was called.
Oh man.
Corpse Party is one of them. There's others. There's multiples of
So-
on this list.
Literature
but
Club,
yeah.
whatever the hell that game's called.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of them, but we all know that there's that genre in the actual Nintendo store right now, like the Switch store, that's just murder party like actual murder games. So that's gonna be the next racing game. Already called it. Can't wait for E3 2024 when they announce it. I already called it. Already.
Oh, yeah.
locked
You
that
already
in.
put the
It's
points
happening.
down.
Yeah,
Already-
no, you've already
Let's
put that
get
in.
the E3 2024 spreadsheet out and let's put it down for fee right
You've
now.
already put that energy out there. It's happening. Somebody's working on it right now. Somebody's literally jumped off the stream and said, "You know what? Let's start."
I mean,
coding this shit right now."
I've already pitched it to Nintendo. I already got my millions. I don't know what you
Son
guys
of
are
a
talking
bitch.
about.
Son of a bitch. I'm coming up with all sorts of good ideas today.
God.
My uncle works at Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Always.
My dad works at Nintendo.
All right, I got two more things before I toss it to Mario. We got Disco Elysium Final Cut hitting the Switch October 12th.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Disco Elysium at this point, because it's not on the Switch, it's now on the Switch. So
Yeah.
I guess go play it.
I'm scared of this game. I'm legit scared to play this game.
Why?
It
I
looks
mean,
so dense that
Oh,
I
God.
just don't think I would ever.
I've been
have
always
time
wanting to
play
like
it.
I look at it on my list and I'm like
You
one of
have the
these days-
same fear. I can see it in your eyes, Fee. I can
I-
see it in your eyes.
I own
it's
this
too
game
dense.
too, and I don't know. I just for some reason I just can't hit play on it. Like, I mean, I know it's good. It has people.
Yeah.
It has voice actors that I actually want to listen to.
My
And
Everything's
it's
pretty
weird.
much voice acted in the game too.
Yeah, and it's just weird. It's just like every time I'm like, you know what, maybe I should try out Disco Elysium. Finally, I'm just like, let's play some.
My fear
Yeah.
about this game is the Switch sounds like the perfect place to play it because it's just like put down and you do whatever. However, it's a lot of reading and the Switch is small. And I'm afraid that the text
Honestly,
will not be.
Yeah.
I will say it again. I will say it 100 times over again. That game looks rough on the Switch.
Hmm.
It looks a lot better on PC or on console.
Wait.
That game
Yeah.
really does.
Oh,
look
in terms of
rough
the
on Switch.
graphics? I'm
Yeah,
sure.
fidelity.
One of these days, guys, I'm gonna play this on Pip because I'm going to do it. I'm just gonna
Looks
play
cool.
Disco
It looks like a cool
Elysium.
game.
Oh, it looks hella cool. And we can all sit in and do different voices for these characters. I'm all for
It's
it.
fully voice
because
acted
there's
now.
all-
It's fully voice acted.
Fully
Fully
voice
voice
acted now.
Then why are we worried about?
I mean,
Right.
still.
No. I mean, like,
it's just a lot. The game is a lot.
I don't know.
How many
It's just
hours
something.
is this go- It's only
some-
20 hours.
Oh no, I mean, that's
I mean,
like the
game
average
itself is
playtime.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, that's if you mainline it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest,
Okay.
you never mainline anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Hey,
like
Fee,
a
can
40
you
hour
mainline
game.
a
easy.
thumbnail for me?
Yeah,
Like 3 days later, she went on like 7
Fee, the
different
video
side
has to
quests.
come out.
Trying to, she went through 7 different side quests on the fucking trying to do this and do that.
I love roasted Fee.
Anyways,
All right, and then last thing I'm going to talk about is the freaking card game we've been yelling about all episode.
yeah.
Voice of Cards. We got a look at it. The trailer looked great. They also had a free demo. I played through it, all of it today. I could not put it down. The art is gorgeous. I really enjoy the mechanics. It looked great. I had a blast. Card games are awesome. Everybody go check it out.
but
I
you
It's
put Yoko
beautiful.
Taro on anything really, and people are gonna go buy it. That's
So
just how it
this
is.
is where I wonder. I really because I didn't watch the thing for this. Obviously I'm trolling you people, but
yes.
Watch the trailer. It's
I don't like card games. Like online card game, I prefer physical card games. If I'm gonna play a card game, I want to play it with actual physical cards.
It's just this is a story game.
That's why personally I don't ever play like Magic the Gathering online because those games are really good. I mean, I heard the Yu-Gi-Oh games also really good. It's just for some reason I can't. My brain doesn't feel the same.
It's not a normal card game.
It's an
it's not.
RPG.
Yeah,
It's not just.
that's what I was actually trying to bring up was like when I wrote the notes, the notes for that game said, and that's why I didn't put Yoko Taro, and it was Yoko Taro is working on an RPG and then a comma Square Enix is working on a card game. So it sounded like Yoko Taro was working on something else, and Square Enix is working on a card game.
It's this project because in the actual trailer they were like they pointed out specifically from the mind of Yoko Taro. I was like, oh, I'm interested because the music that they played in the trailer also was very Nier-like, and I was like, now you got my goddamn attention. And I remember I plugged in my Switch to play this game, and I didn't download it yet.
How does the RPG element roll into a card game?
Okay, so what happens is it's a bunch of cards, and you have to select a specific card, and when you flip it, it gives a specific option. Like I know you don't know this particular board game, but it plays like a board game called Escape of the Dark Castle, which if you guys have the opportunity to look it up, it's a fucking creepy board game. It's really dark.
Isn't that the game we all played together though?
No, this is a black and white board game I've only played once. And like you could like flip a card and you're fucking roasted. Like your entire team's dead because like you ended up like poisoning each other, like etc. etc. The art style is like actually like quite medieval in a way because it is everything's black and white, but it has that almost like pre-Renaissance, like just like the midst between like medieval to almost Renaissance, kind of like that kind. You know that sketched kind of look you see in the books. So it has
kind of like Darkest Dungeon almost.
A little bit, but this almost like from what I at least got from the trailer, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sly, but it almost has a vibe of like Hand of Fate, where you select a card and it says like you've gone into a swamp, and then you have to like deal with that particular swamp or like actions towards the actual swamp itself. So
it's not just a card game. There's actual like gameplay elements to it.
Yeah. So basically, the map is completely made up of cards.
Yeah.
And so as you're traveling through, they'll flip over and you see different terrain and you get like enemy encounters. And then the encounters are like a typical like card game where you have like this character is going to use this card to deal this damage, etc., etc. But you're jumping around the board, which is like made up of like cards, to like do different stories and like complete different quests for people. I had a blast. It's really pretty. I absolutely in love with the art, and so far the story is really engaging.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
It's a Yoko Taro game. Is there any buts?
Not yet, but I can.
Then I don't want to play it. Nope.
Here's the thing.
I'm already out. I'm already out. You already lost me.
It's only a demo.
Well, if there's no butts in the demo, what's the point?
Because you have to wait for it. You can't ask for the.
Yeah, you got to work up.
Man, you got to work for the butt. All right. What the fuck, Frank?
Okay. All right. If this full release does not have giant butts, I'm not playing it. Oh, I'm gonna play it anyway.
A lot of abs. So I can imagine there will be a lot.
Is this the new Yoko Taro fetish? Is the abs?
Could be.
The abs are really popular right now. Actually, believe it or not,
I mean,
abs are super popular right now.
Abs are the stomach of the. I don't know.
The butt's
the stomach of the butt. Wait, oh.
I don't know.
That's a clip, baby. Well, I'm excited to play that card game.
Well, Mario, will you take it away with the big old news?
Yeah, these are the ones
hype moments.
Frank, I have to give you some props here. I like the way that you outlined the list of news because this is the block that I am so excited for.
I kind of listed from like biggest to
Bayonetta is alive, baby, and it is coming back, releasing in 2022. I can't believe
it's not coming out in 2022.
We got gameplay.
It looks pretty much
ran
there
at a decent frame rate.
Yeah.
It's coming to the Switch. You know what? I'm all for it. I love the first one. I'm still in the middle of the second one, so I have time to finally beat this.
Remember to wear gloves while you're playing your Switch because that's just gonna get hot as fuck.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Yeah, as fuck.
It's gonna be hot as fuck.
That controller drift's gonna hit you pretty hard with all those combos. Just saying.
If you have not played a Bayonetta game, it of course is very similar to a Devil May Cry game. It's a platinum game, of course. You play as a big old witch that controls spells with her hair, and she has guns for heals, and it's awesome. She fights the demons and she fights the angels.
I was watching this.
Technically-
So I've never played a Bayonetta game in my life. I was watching this, and I was going through it, and I was like, I still don't want to play a Bayonetta.
Oh man,
Yeah, I don't. So I've noticed,
I don't know
Harv,
what it is about
you
it.
tend to shy away from the campiness of these games. I noticed that when Devil May Cry, when you were playing Devil May Cry, like when the campy stuff happened, you were just like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
It feels weird, but again, maybe I think it's more of a me thing than it is anything else. This is just me in the general. So like, I feel like the two elements of like the campiness and then the game, for me, they clash too much.
Yeah, I can see that.
I get what they're trying to do. I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
I really do.
I can see that because a lot of people want because you play Bloodborne and you want that kind of or like even like Neo, where you want like really good gameplay, but you want the gameplay to kind of match the tone.
Yeah,
of like
on
the
ground,
story.
boots on the ground, like feel the weight of things. This is I'm flying around and fighting with my fucking hair, and I'm turning my hair into a kaiju.
Yeah, more like
No, it's more
Bayonetta
the
just
theme.
randomly
It's the
starts
theme.
K-pop dancing.
Yes.
In the middle of a fight. Like
100%.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Or like Dante randomly doing a Michael Jackson dance in the middle of a fucking
Yes.
or something like that.
that's a real. That is a thing that happens. So I'm pumped for Bayonetta, and if you guys haven't tried it, Bayonetta 1 and 2 is available on the Switch as a double pack.
I do wish this was coming on any other system though. I really do.
Understandable.
I wish it came on Steam. I wish it came like on at least PlayStation. Give it to me on PlayStation.
Sure. You
But
can play
I know,
the first one on PlayStation
Yeah.
because they got remastered.
Yeah,
I think the first two are on Steam. too.
It just sucks that it is on the Switch. And
Oh, we'll get it eventually on Steam.
One day.
The
maybe.
first two showed up on Steam, so
Second one did not.
the second one's not on Steam.
It's because it's produced by Nintendo, I believe.
Oh,
It's,
rip.
it did
and I
not.
think this one's also produced.
This one's
by
definitely
Nintendo.
produced by Nintendo as well. So there's a high
rip.
chance that you won't get those ones. But hey, the first one's out, and you know enjoy it. That's how I played it on the 360.
Yeah, we've had weirder crossovers.
Yeah, who knows?
Of
Speaking
Nintendo
of
randomly
crossover,
doing that.
Speaking
Yeah.
of crossover, the end of the trailer, they show the year 2022, and then there's a slash, and there's a character that shows up, and it's not made clear who it is. However, Frank, it looked a little like Virgil.
Wow. I'm gonna while you're looking at this next one, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna.
I
Look it up.
legit thought I thought Frank would see this and he'd kind of freak out because it kind of looked like a Devil May Cry character a little bit.
Yes,
Which
which is something that's been people been wanting for forever is in the crossover.
I told this to Mario and Mike from 61 Indie that I don't watch trailers very much anymore. Like I'll know about a game coming out and stuff like that, but like trailers aren't really representative of games anymore. You know, like they're
True. Like how you start a
you're-
podcast long fight with us about card games by not watching the fucking trailer.
I will say,
that should have
yeah,
already been the red flag right there.
I will say for sure, if it's something I know I'm going to be interested in, I don't want to see anything from.
I agree.
And that goes for everything, like shows, movies, games. If I know it's going to be something I'm going to watch or play anyways, I don't want to see a single thing from it. I don't care. I know I'll like it. Like, I don't want to watch anything.
I do love the directs. I do love the showcases because we get shock announcements, and we're going to talk about that near the end of the
But
segment.
the thing, I think Bayonetta is different mainly because like we finally know that it's a thing again. Because like when the last time they showed it what 2017.
That was the first.
Until
Hot minute
the first
ago.
official.
Yeah.
That was during the Game Awards. That's when we saw it.
Yes.
And now I think this trailer had to happen just to refresh.
Well, to be
everybody
fair-
that this game is happening.
To be fair, everyone kept asking the creators, and they were like, "Yeah, it's good. It's done. We're just waiting." And clearly, they were waiting for this. And so it just made sense of like, okay, great. This is finally going to be spaced out.
It's going to be the same thing when Metroid comes. When when the new Metroid comes out, not this one, but the next one,
The
Metroid
next
4
one.
Prime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things.
It's gotta be ready.
We gotta see a trailer.
The only one they don't
just
fucking listen to that rule is Zelda. They're just like, we're gonna keep showing it to you until it is finally out.
Yeah.
But moving on, this is also now the second time we've seen Splatoon 3 releasing.
Yeah, it has
supposedly next
a
year.
full title this time, I believe. I didn't write the full title in the notes, but it has like an
Yeah,
actual,
I don't know
like,
what that is, like
something,
mammalians or some shit, but
yeah.
Splatoon. All right, I like Splatoon.
Yeah.
The music's great. I want to squirt
people
stuff
like
with paint. That's what this game's all about.
Yeah, painting things.
2 actually had a fun campaign, so I'm just excited for more Splatoon campaign stuff. To be honest,
Right now it just says Splatoon 3. That's all it says on the Nintendo.
there's
website.
like a DLC or
There's
something
an
called
actual-
like something of the mammalians or some shit. I don't know. It
Is
looked
it for
weird
the
and
second
fuzzy.
one?
No,
No. It's from
the
this
third
trailer.
one.
It's from this trailer.
Oh, because
I'll,
on the Nintendo website it just says 3.
It could just be
I'll
that,
pull
and there's
it
some
up.
DLC thing that's like fucking
Return to the Mammalians.
mammalians or some shit.
Oh yeah,
It's
right
called
there.
that.
Return of the Mammalians. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, what did you think when
It's
you saw
the
it?
connect the modes theme. So okay, I got you.
haven't played Splatoon. It's not really up my alley. It looks great. People seem to really enjoy it. I am happy about that. I'm glad people are enjoying it. I'm glad that, people who like it are getting more of what they like. But it's just not my thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Anybody else interested in playing Splatoon 3?
Never played a
no.
Splatoon game. Never
No?
probably will.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
my Switch is not working, so
That
it's
is true.
not-
That is also true.
I can't connect online
So
to it.
Splatoon
'cause I
just
was
never
being a bad
really-
person.
That's true.
Splatoon never really grabbed me.
That's
if I'm
fine.
being completely honest.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
fix your guys' Nintendo Online. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, make it so I don't have to hack my Switch.
Speaking of Nintendo Online, the fucking most
This.
hype news
This.
of the week. They're gonna expand it.
I have thoughts about this,
Good.
but also I'm very excited about it.
Yes. So they just said, hey, we're going to make you pay more for online if you want. We're going to have an expansion pack, which was cute, because they have now are going to be including, and he said 64 titles. So I'm very excited about that. 64 Nintendo 64 titles will be coming to the Nintendo Switch online platform. But the biggest plot twist, in my opinion, which was the WCW being bought by WWE, fucking Nintendo is also going to include Sega Genesis games as its own service. And that was the biggest heel move I've ever seen. Fuck yes. I'm so excited to play all of these dumbass games for 5 minutes and never play them again. However,
I was
This
gonna
is
say.
where-
I was
this
just
is
about
where
to
the
say.
problem-
are you
This is where the
really-
problem lies.
however, who wants to get their booty clapped when we play some N64 Mario Kart? Because it
You
is
say that right now,
online-
but keep that same.
Hell yeah.
That's-
I'm
You're
keeping
gonna-
that same
you're
ass
gonna get your ass
energy.
kicked.
I'm
That's
keeping
the
that same
same
energy. When you get a
fucking
Switch
same
that has
energy.
online, we're ready to go.
Oh yeah, keep that same energy.
No, you're getting your ass kicked. We already know.
Ten-
that.
You're getting
60
fucking whooped.
Mario Kart 64 online 4-player.
I used to chill in my back in 8th grade and like back in 8th grade, like late high school years. We used to chill because my teachers were just fucking checked out. They didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? So I used to bring my laptop to school and we used to run 4-man fucking Mario Kart 64 parties, controllers and everything on my laptop during school hours. All right. So I am prepared. All right. I don't think you're ready. All right.
Okay.
I
I
am
will say-
literally the Vin Diesel of N64 Mario Kart, motherfucker. Okay. And you're going to end up like Paul Walker. You keep that energy up.
Oh, too soon.
Whoa.
Too tsunami.
Whoa.
To tsunami.
No,
Wow.
no,
It's been like-
You need a
It's been
timeout.
like
Hold
10
on.
years.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
And
we
high
need to
school was
go.
fucking 10 years ago.
I will say, I will play. I will get very drunk, and I will get
Fuck.
in last
Oh
place
my God.
every time. And that's the only way I'll play. But I'll play with you guys if I could get
Oh my
really
God,
drunk
yes.
and be in last place the whole time.
Well, I need to get it. I need to
Mario 64.
get
Oh, so yes.
I-
to
there is-
acquire
there
a
is
Switch I
local-
can online.
There
with.
is
You can borrow my other
local
one.
and online co-op.
Yes.
So you two can play on the same Switch and have other people
Okay.
join you online as well.
So we will
That
have
is
a Mario
possible.
Kart night.
There you go.
yeah,
That'd be great.
I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart is one of my favorite Mario franchises, and Mario 64 is pretty much all we played during elementary school up to pretty much elementary school was just all Mario Kart
Yes.
for me. So I'm so excited for this. The only problem, like what Mario said, is that we're gonna play these games for a night or two, and then we'll be like, we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
why.
wanna play. I want to
yeah.
play Ocarina of Time again. I'm gonna play it for one day and be like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah. That's what I like about that though.
I would argue that it's not necessarily like, yes, it's there for us to hop in, play for a day or two, hop back out, but it's also for the millions of fucking wee babies who have Switches who have never like touched these games before in their lives. And
Yeah,
get
but
the
here,
chance
so
to-
we actually talked about this the other day,
problem-
Harv.
the problem that I have with that is like there are better ones out there for this though.
Yeah.
Or the Breath of the Wild is a way better game than Ocarina of Time. The
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 is a way better game than Mario Kart 64. Like you
Mhm.
have these games that are there for the
these
kids
games
now.
have been out forever.
I would.
And if you've played through all of Breath of the Wild and loved it, there's no, we don't have Breath of the Wild 2 yet. So they
my
can go back.
thing, my thing on this is not that. So Harv's got a point with there is better games out there. My thing on it when we talked about it the other day was that people tend to remember these games very differently than how they play them. Like I go back and play a lot of my old games, and 9 times out of 10 I play them, and I'm like, doesn't control very well. This doesn't really, once you're used to a better control scheme or better layouts or even better ways of telling a story, it's very hard to go back to how we used to play these games. And like, for example, like if you try to go back right now and play Conker's Bad Fur Day, I didn't play it as a kid, and I would try to go back there and replay it and play it. And that game is hot dog water because everything is fucking inverted.
So, dude, playing GoldenEye again is a nightmare.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Every one of these games on the N64 is a nightmare to play because 90% of them have inverted controls.
So I love Super Mario 64. I love Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Going back and playing it, that game for camera controls does not fucking hold up at all.
not.
It's so bad.
And once you're
so
used to
bad.
that new style of how everything plays, it is very hard to go back. It is very hard to go back. I find it increasingly hard to play some of the older games that I currently play. I mean, games like Metal Gear Solid and everything, that I'm so used to it that like I can go back and play it at any point.
You could
But
play it
I
'cause
can
they
understand when
consistently
people
had that for years too.
Yeah. And then I can go, but I can understand when I tell somebody, "Hey, go play Metal Gear Solid 2," and they go back and play Metal Gear Solid 2. It's like, what the fuck? I can't move the camera. It's like I can understand that. I can understand that now. I used
Exactly
to
what Oda said too. The single joystick doesn't help with the camera problem. at
Yeah.
all.
And
And
then
then
keep
they
in
tried
mind,
to fix that with the C buttons
Speaking
to put that as a second joystick.
Speaking single joystick controller, this also includes for online exclusive, you can get the N64 wireless controller, which I will buy day one.
I'm gonna probably pick that.
I want to
And
buy it too. I
Sega Genesis?
want to buy it for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah,
on that.
Sega Genesis as well. However, did you also see that in Japan there's a very special Sega Genesis Mega Drive version that has 6 buttons, and I want that one too.
the fighter version.
Ugh.
The fighter version's not great. I have a fighter version, like a real one, and it's not great to hold. I would not recommend it. It's not a fun controller to hold.
Does this do anything for you, Fee? Do these games do
Does
anything?
Echo the Dolphin do anything for you?
I can play Echo the Dolphin on my Game Gear.
I don't know. Like, honestly, I know a lot of speculation right now is there's going to be a subscription cost to this.
Yes.
It's not going to be free.
No.
It's on top of your other ones. You haven't upgraded. It's like
Yeah.
when you go from Netflix standard to Netflix.
Or
HD,
to go
it's
to like
that.
from PlayStation, like you get a PS Plus and then you get PS Plus and like
yeah.
PlayStation
So
Now.
it's probably gonna be a regular like $10 a month probably for this.
Which
I
is
just-
$5 for 2 different services for like a fucking 1,000 games? Not
It
terrible.
works well, more
Yeah.
it's more
Hear me
convenient.
out though. Just get a bunch of friends and get a family plan.
That's true.
That's what I'm on for my
Sly,
online.
Sly, listen, I tried that. I tried that with
Yeah.
Harv.
Yeah, the two of us.
It
yeah.
did not work.
Yeah, because nobody actually plays online on their Switch. I mean, most people don't really do it, I feel like.
No,
No,
I don't know.
people
mean-
do because of Mario Kart and stuff. Like
Mario
Mario
Kart, yeah.
Kart is huge. Mario Kart
No,
is
but
probably one of
Mario
the biggest
Kart
games.
and Mario Party probably carry that whole service.
Yeah.
It's just a very rare experience for me to play my Switch now. There are like certain things that are coming to Switch, or like at least changes, which I noticed that one of the things that were not even listed was the new changes to Animal Crossing, which is probably the most
Expansion. Yeah.
Like honestly, probably out of everything that was listed, other than the card game, I'm not even joking. At
The
this point,
announcement
like,
of an announcement.
Was that
Yeah.
was that in the direct?
The
Yes.
Because I
announcement
didn't
of
see that in the
announcement,
notes.
okay?
Because this is an
Yeah.
announcement
Yeah.
of an announcement, and then there's an
Yeah.
announcement of an announcement for the next Smash character.
Yes.
Okay,
And
because I was
so for
confused because
me-
like I saw the expansion like news for the expansion, but
Yeah.
at least in the two websites I looked for the notes for this, they didn't mention it. So I thought it was like a separate thing altogether.
October 5th is the new Smash character, and then October 16th is the Animal Crossing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like for me, that's like probably one of the most interesting things that came out of this direct, because it was a character that everyone really wanted, including myself, because your girl loves coffee. I cannot like handle a day without a good cup of coffee. So
Yeah,
having a
today
character-
she was like on a whole different level. She's like, I'm bored. Should I just get another coffee? I was like,
Yeah, just load up on coffee. Why not?
Why not?
Wow.
Fuck
No,
Min-Max.
why not?
Fuck
No, it was just a matter of like I understand the whole nostalgia of games. A lot of the games that are being released are games that I didn't even have access to play or have any sort of interest in. The fact that the ones that I was interested in playing, I usually just played an emulator. And so like
Just the way to go. Honestly, Fee, I shit you not. The emulator way is the way to go. Somebody out there is probably fucking seething right now in hate right now. But hear me out. Emulators, you can invert the camera if you want to, and you can remap the controls any way you want. And you can use a PlayStation controller if you want to.
And you can
Or
play
an
it on
Xbox.
PC, so
And
I
you
can
play it on
actually
PC.
see things. Because honestly, like I'm wearing glasses for a reason. These are not for show. Trying to play on a Switch is a
Oh, yeah.
freaking nightmare sometimes.
And like
And-
holding it.
Like I don't like really
I
look at,
can
like, the
attest
drift.
to that. I can attest.
So like
Sure.
it's not a very comfortable gaming experience for me. Like if I want to play on something small, I'll just play on my phone. Like I know, and this is not just me.
To be fair, though, this does go to your television as well. Let's not say like this doesn't do that. Also, Slide did
know,
make a
but
great
You
point.
want to play? You would want to play this on a PlayStation. Or
I could do
your,
either
your
or.
television
Your TV
because
anyway.
of the controller. though,
Yeah.
Because of the controller.
Well, the thing is, Slide made a great point. Is that they're a big fan of the GameCube controller, and this will probably work with that.
Oh yeah,
So-
probably.
the GameCube controller is one of the best controllers ever created.
There we
my
go.
my thing on
No
it is
slander.
I hope if you're gonna put out all those N64 games, great. I love it. I love that Nintendo's still embracing their past, because right now we are at that little kind of crossroads right now with a lot of these games where emulation is becoming a big topic because Nintendo is refusing to remaster or bring these games or have a way to preserve these games for the future.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a big step forward in that. But if you're gonna re-release these games, you're gonna have to make them a little bit more modern than just porting them over and then using an emulator on the back end.
Yeah.
It's
I also-
just
If if that's the case, though, then they're gonna charge you more for them. And I mean,
if you're
I
gonna
mean-
charge me for that, yeah, it's fine. But you're gonna have to put a little bit more work if you're gonna charge me.
And I just want to also add, I agree with what Frank was saying. Was like a lot of the games that I understand these are like the OGs. Like this is where a ton of the games that we
Pokemon
play today
Snap.
are like based off of. I get it. 100%. Well, Pokemon Snap's not even coming for the longest time because they just released a new version and they're holding it.
no,
until
it's
they,
coming
like-
to the
It was
service.
on the list.
That was on the list.
It's being postponed though. It's on.
I mean, it's not on the
postponed list.
opening games, but it's going to be coming to this thing, and that's
It's-
fine.
I could say
later.
a brand new game is coming out, and then it comes out like 4 years down the line. I could say like Magic, like a new game's coming out today.
Splinter
Not
Cell is
today.
coming out in the foreseeable future.
Or I could be back in 2017 and mentioning Bayonetta and say Bayonetta's coming out, and then we're still here questioning if Bayonetta's coming out in 2022 or not.
Given
It's
the
just a
fact that
matter-
with these releases, they weren't that terrible, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, the
No,
Super
what I'm
Nintendo
saying
ones were
is,
pretty
like-
bad for the most part, right?
Yeah, for
release
like
dates.
the games that are currently
That was
coming
also year
out, like
one.
there are side scroller
Yeah.
games that I'd rather be playing right now, or like games that are like even more turn based that I'm just like, you know what, I'd rather be playing XCOM, or I'd rather be playing like X, Y, and Z. Like there's I don't know. I would probably try it for a month and then I would stop playing it. It's just it does like
Yeah,
just
for
me,
The one. Sorry, go ahead.
for me, this is just like I want to play Ocarina of Time. I want to play Majora's Mask. I want to play Mario Kart. I want to play these N64 games that I grew up with. Never gonna touch them after that.
Correct. Yeah.
Never gonna touch them after that.
There are also games that I've never touched before that I want to try for the first time. But
No, for sure.
But at the same time, for instance, I never played Majora's Mask, and I would love for this opportunity now that I can. So definitely,
You can finally join the debate of which one's better, Ocarina of Time
Here's
or
the question.
or Majora's Mask.
Sure, yeah.
And this debate is far worse than the Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 debate
Quick question.
that people have.
Would you rather play Majora's Mask in the old school N64 format with controls and all, or would you rather play it on a 3DS, the remastered, recontrolled version?
If it was $10, sure.
I just give you my 3DS and be like, yo, it's already on there.
Cool. I'll keep
Honestly,
it.
the controls, the Zelda
Since you're not
controls
keeping my 3DS.
Then fuck you.
the controls for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask actually weren't bad on the N64. They were good for the
I'm
most
just
part
saying,
on the 64.
the best out of all of these, Wind Waker. Wind Waker is the
Nice.
freaking bomb.
Wind Waker is a good third place.
Hey, we
It's a
can
good third
Not
place.
even.
we can argue about this all day, but you know what I want to
Oh, yeah,
argue
we
about?
could.
You know what I do want to argue about?
Oh no!
What the fuck is this Mario movie cast?
Okay, so I saved this one for last 'cause I knew there was
Frank,
going to be
this is the one thing, and I got to say this.
Absolutely
You fucking
bonkers.
missed out being on the live stream. This is the one fucking thing that everyone that I've ever seen
Bonkers.
react to died laughing when it
I have an opinion on this, but like
but it was not revealed to you in the way that it was revealed to you, and it's
man.
so fucking. If you've seen our clip, I'm putting your clip. I'm gonna put the clip at the end of this fucking video. It's so fucking funny.
people have
Just like,
opinions about this.
Okay,
Uh,
I guess.
God. So
I
yeah, sorry, I got.
they,
that's
they,
like I lost.
they also said that Mario's going to be talking a lot in this movie. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of talking, a lot
I
of
assume.
dialogue.
To be fair, I did assume that was going to be the case. It wasn't going to
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
it's a me and then
put
fucking.
voice act-
No, there's going to be fucking pop references. There's going to be a bunch of stuff. It's going to be.
This is going to be the emoji movie for Illumination.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Don't give it to that. This
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with Harv 3,000,000%.
And I
if
the
the closest thing we're gonna get minions out of this fucking thing. That's probably the
it's
closest.
Illumination. What do you? Yeah,
Ow,
honestly, we're
fucking
probably gonna
cat
get
got
it.
me.
But
Mario's
me
gonna
and-
dance
me,
in his
Frank, and
underwear
I-
at some point.
Yeah.
P. Frank and I had this discussion. I'm in the mindset that this thing's gonna make fucking so much money.
Oh, it's gonna make
Oh, yeah.
so much money and make fucking.
It
Sonic
doesn't even
the Hedgehog
have to be
bitch.
good. There's no. It doesn't have to be
I
good.
was looking on Twitter last night before I went to bed, and like people are just like, "This cast is stupid. I don't understand, but I'm gonna go watch it."
Yeah.
It's just that's why it's gonna make money.
That's the sad truth.
the thing.
And I'm looking on Twitter and I'm seeing people like try to criticize it, like this movie is going to be the next fucking like Emmy award winning type thing, and I'm like, guys, it's a fucking kids movie. Chill out. Like,
I mean, all right, Spider-Verse and Lego Movie are pretty fucking good. Let's be fair. And
I mean-
those are the spectrum that it could be in. It
well,
can
look
either
at those
be.
studios. We're talking about Illumination, who made fucking millions.
I don't like DreamWorks, but they make fucking How Do You Make Your Train Your Dragon. I think that's fucking like a classic movie. But it's just like people got their studio stuff. I'm just saying it has a spectrum. It could either be fucking the Minions or it could be Lego Movie. And there's no in between, in my opinion. So we'll honestly see. I just want to break down the cast one by one, okay? First of all, we have the famous Italian Chris Pratt, okay?
The best Italian.
The best Italian, the
David.
best of us all. I'm actually half Italian, and I don't give a fuck. Whatever, Chris Pratt. That wasn't part of the news that I just gave a shit about. It's what preceded
Wait,
afterwards.
are you okay? Wait, hold on. Are you okay, Fee? Fee is not. Fee is going through it right now.
Well, yes, 100%. Number one Italian, Chris Pratt, which everyone fucking has a hard on for lately. I get it. It's annoying. He's annoying as well to see everywhere. Second person, of course, was Anna Taylor-Joy from the Queen's Gambit. We'll be talking a little bit about that later. Whatever. Sure.
I don't think she has a very distinct voice. If honestly, if you threw like a bunch of voices at me and said
Chris
one of them was
Pratt
Anna Joy
doesn't have a
Taylor,
distinct
Well, what movie
voice.
I
have
don't
you seen
think
her
so
in?
either.
What movie have
Yeah.
you seen her in?
I mean, Queen's Gambit, basically, and then
No, I think that was her breakout role.
No,
wasn't
it's
it?
not.
no, it wasn't a breakout
Split.
role.
Oh no! Ow! Fuck!
She was in The Witch.
The Witch.
She was in.
Was
she
The
was
Witch
in
as well.
Witch.
See, that's
In
why
where?
you just got attacked,
She was
son.
in. She was in.
Cat
Vic.
attack.
She was
Hit him
in
with
Witch.
a cat
Vitch.
attack.
Yeah, Vitch. Yeah.
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 Which
I mean,
Split?
it is
Didn't we
a
watch that?
very
No,
interesting
we didn't.
horror film, Harv. You
Okay.
should definitely watch it.
Yes.
Didn't we watch that in Discord?
No, we watched
Live deliciously.
If I saw a movie called Vitch, I would remember that.
Great film. Great film. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which one. It was about guys hiking in the woods. We'll talk about that.
Oh, the
Yeah,
ritual?
we did watch that.
The
yeah,
ritual.
it was-
The ritual.
Oh, the
that we
ritual.
watched.
Yeah.
yeah, we did not watch
Um,
the vid.
Okay,
We
yeah,
did not
you're
watch
right,
Witch.
you're right.
Okay.
You're 100%.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Ayla Taylor-Joy, she's big right now. Okay, she's like a kid comparison to Chris Pratt, but whatever.
Here we go.
Mother-
This is banger after fucking banger.
This is where he
coming
gets
up
fucking
right
hot. Okay.
here. Okay.
Charlie Day as Luigi.
Fucking banger right
I'm
there.
into it.
I'm like,
into it.
you know what? I'm excited for Luigi's Mansion whenever that sequel comes out.
If
So
they just let Charlie Day go crazy, don't censor him. Just let him do his thing.
But
I saw the meme of that one with it's always
Pepe
sunny when
Sylvia.
he's got
Yeah.
when he's got like the yarns that go
Yes.
everywhere, and you just see
Mhm.
you just see Luigi take over his face, and he has like that same meme. So good,
so good. I've seen so many. Then the next banger, which made me laugh, which was Jack Black as Bowser.
Fantastic.
Banger.
I think it's a good one.
That's a
I think
good
that's
one.
a good one. That's my favorite
It
one
just
so
took
far.
me off
personally.
guard because once you got Charlie Day and then Bowser as Jack Black, I'm like, what the fuck? What really fucking threw me off for a loop was Keegan Michael Key. That's fucking Toad.
honestly, probably the perfect casting for Toad.
Yeah, I can see
Because
that.
if you guys
yeah.
if you guys watch Key and Peele, you guys know
Yeah.
their range.
No, I
Right?
know. It just
you know how much he can yell.
Yeah, and a high pitch too.
as long as he's angry Obama interpreter like that.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
So
like,
good.
He hits Toad levels while
He
he's
does.
the interpreter. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's just when you see the way that it was presented, it's this image with the name of who they are.
Yeah, it's
and
very
it's bizarre and it's been memed 1,000 times today, which is fantastic. Then the next person after that, if I'm not mistaken, was Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
That was
That was a little weird.
Banger, but weird.
I can see it. Someone was definitely high.
He's gonna be high 90% of
Oh
that
my
movie.
god. So fucking good. And then of course you get the original voice of Mario, who's gonna be different characters. And then they just did like three ones. The main one in the middle, which made me laugh, which is Fred Armiston, which was
Yeah.
also fucking hilarious.
The guy
It's
on the
Cranky
right,
Kong.
he's an Italian stand-up comedian.
Okay.
Really, really good stand-up comedian. If you want to watch that, he's got a lot of Netflix specials. Really fucking good.
Okay.
Really good.
Definitely. And then the one on the left, he's done 1,000 voices and so many things. He was
Yeah.
also in oh my god, he was in Clerks too. He has that
Are you talking about Kevin Michael Richardson?
Yeah, Kevin Michael Richardson. He was also in Clerks 2 during that one scene. I will not say that scene because it's kind of fucked up. They go to jail immediately afterwards.
Correct.
Yeah, he's the fireman. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Charles Martinet, the person who has been voicing Mario since the beginning, and
Yeah, they didn't kill him off for this, so
Yeah.
he'll be in there.
Hey, us Splinter Cell fans have been dealing with the fact that Michael Ironside's constantly getting fucking shafted. So at least they put him in the fucking game in the movie.
well, I don't know. I think this was like there's a lot of voice actors here that I really, really appreciate, and I think are like good choices. But I think it's just a huge slap in the face to just like bench Charles Martinet and have Chris Pratt play Mario. I think it's really dumb because you have the guy who's been voicing Mario forever, and then just being like, you know what? We're just gonna get this really big name guy, even though everyone knows you and they know you as the voice of Mario. Let's just bench you for
Maybe this is
Why
just
do you
me.
think
I
they
had
did
no
it?
idea who voiced Mario. I had no idea.
I mean, you can just get anybody to say it's a me, but like he does have a distinct like it's a me Mario.
I
type
think
voice.
I'm just like I'm personally slightly irritated because of how difficult it is for voice actors to even be treated or recognized as actors alone, and the fact that they get underpaid and are treated like in certain circumstances. And I know that like probably it's because I've been always interested in like animation and like things like voiceovers for like anime and stuff like that, or like just animation in total, where it's just like these people work long fucking hours. And I think it's just I like there's a bunch of other reasons why I'm not a huge like fan of Chris Pratt at this point, but I think this was just a like I'm interested to see what they do, and I want to know why they like have him, like they have Chris Pratt in the movie, but they also have the actual voice actor for Mario in it. I'm interested to see
That's
how
where
it
I'm
goes.
confused.
There'll be one
Like, I
line
really
where he
do
just goes, "It's
wonder-
me," and then that's there you go.
Yeah, I really do wonder, like, where in the boardroom that decision was made. It's just like,
Supposed to be
let's
like young
bring
Mario.
Chris Pratt in, but let's also bring in the actual voice actor for Mario. Yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I think they don't think this movie is going to do very well unless they get really big names.
Yeah.
So they weren't worried about the quality of the
mean,
voice
yeah.
acting. They weren't worried about how they sound. They were worried about how much money can we spend? Like, how much money are we allowed to spend to get the biggest names we can to get people to come watch this movie, because they don't think people will watch it otherwise.
Yeah.
Which
You put your
I don't agree with. I don't agree that that's the only
Yeah.
way people would watch this movie. I think people would watch this movie regardless.
Yeah.
But I think that's the perception they had from the creators who are making this.
I don't know. It's just like and I know you're specific, like you're not saying that this is what I'm thinking. This is you saying like this is probably what the executives thought in the boardroom. But I know people don't know, like a lot of people, and I know Frank said he didn't know who he was, but like you have the guy, you have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
person who's been voicing him since the frickin' 80s, and you have like it's not even just like, oh, he like was a replacement, like he is the known person. It's like trying to get someone being like, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get Chris Evans to voice fucking Bugs Bunny. Let's do it. We got some money. Let's bring the people in.
I mean, look at the
Let's-
Looney Tunes movie, right?
Well,
Did that do well?
Wait,
No.
No.
You're talking about Lola Bunny.
yeah, I guess yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Zendaya played Lola Bunny.
So I have so I have this perfect video for you, Fee, that I think we should sit down and watch together at some point. I don't know if you guys know who Lindsay Ellis is here.
sounds familiar.
Yes.
So she makes a lot of video essays on different things.
Sure.
And one of the video essays that she made was how Aladdin changed the animation world and screwed over Robin Williams. So she goes into how Aladdin, because Aladdin had Robin Williams in it,
Yeah.
and how popular it got because Robin Williams was in it, that after he was in it, they started putting out, like, you look at any of these animated films, Zootopia, Secret Life of Pets,
Yeah.
you look at any of the Disney ones, right? Inside Out and stuff. Who do they have in those movies?
Just A-list actors, basically.
A fucking triple A-list actors,
Yeah.
right? That's what sells movies, and it feels like that is what this movie is. Like it feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
that is the formula now that you have to have. to
I
sell a
mean,
movie.
it definitely feels like a cash grab. Again, we'll have to see when the trailer actually hits, like what the tone of the movie is or stuff like that. But like, yeah,
It sucks because these actors are not trained voice actors. They're trained for
Well, I mean, they've
being
done-
screen actors.
they've
Some
done
of
other
them,
things.
yeah, okay, some
Yeah.
of them. But I'm saying in general, most of these AAA list actors are screen actors and don't know how to voice act. You see that a little bit with some of the voice acting in What If. And there are so many incredible, amazingly talented voice actors who aren't as well known because people don't know their faces, who are getting passed over for these roles. And I think that's really the big problem here is they want recognizable names so people will see it, but then all of
Yeah.
these really talented people who aren't as well known to the general public
Mm.
aren't getting the roles that they probably deserve way more.
But
Yeah.
I agree with that, and also I think that like out of anyone when it comes to video game voice acting, everyone knows the like classic.
Just about to
"It's
bring
me,
this up.
Mario." It's
Oh, okay.
literally the way that he says it. It's not like, okay, everyone can say it. It's specifically how Charles Martinet says it is the way that everyone knows it. And so when he's like, if Chris Pratt has to either get it bang on or they have to explain the fact why like Mario's voice is changed. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I said, this is so early on that they just showed us the listing. that
PNG pictures of just like
That's what it
it's
was.
not-
Actors.
it's not- it's
That's
not
what it
like-
was.
so weird.
Pictures. It was
Yeah,
like
it's the
You had to
IMDb
be there,
pictures so
baby.
fucking weird.
You had to be there.
Well, it's not okay. First of all, I watched it. Like, I watched the actual like trailer before I even watched people's reactions. But they had an opportunity, and they have the person who actually does it, and I don't think they needed to have Chris Pratt in the movie. I don't think they needed, like, unless they explain why they have it. Like, maybe it's a young version of Mario, sure. But they have him. They have the person who's been voicing it, and I think that has more of an impact than bringing on Chris Pratt. Just
I
for
really
name
hope
recognition.
the reason is that he said, "Hey, this is great. I don't want to be Mario. Put me in as some random fun cameo." I hope. Like, I don't know what's going
So-
on behind the scenes, but I really hope that's.
I
where this
wanted
is
to-
coming from.
In my speculation, I was thinking because to me it makes no sense. Toofy, it 100% doesn't make any sense. Why would you have the original actor and then recast him obviously in the same movie? And like I'm running through things in my head, like maybe Chris Pratt is cheaper in the long run because like voice actors do it by words, and when you're the voice of fucking Mario, you can probably command some good amount of money per words. And when you're doing a full film, that's a lot of words. But I don't think that's it. I think it's more. I just don't understand.
It's
You know
just
what I mean? Like,
it's a different Mario because the Mario that we know doesn't say more than a sentence. Like
Yeah.
that's just it. That's just the bottom line. Every actor.
I would imagine maybe the actor is just like, that voice puts a lot of strain on. I'm old. Voice puts a lot of strain on my voice. A whole movie is asking a little bit more than "It's a me Mario" or a small line here and there for a video game.
I'm more in line with Sly saying than this is just, hey, we need firepower, and same thing how what Harv said. I think that's just really it, and they think that Chris Pratt still has a shining star in the anime world, animation world, especially with Lego Movie. Even though the second one didn't do as well as the first one, but still, they're trying what they're trying. God willing, I'm gonna see it because I'm gonna fucking see every fucking thing that they do because I'm a shill. But it's gonna do well. We already know that.
These movies, if the problem, like, I agree with you guys. I wish there were different actors that are in animated movies. I really do. But we've hit this critical mass of just like, if you don't have these actors in them, nobody's gonna go watch these movies.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is not the first fucking time Mario's been voiced by somebody else or is somebody else. We had Bob Hoskins in the live action. We have,
Oh my god.
We have
That's so long
Captain.
ago, though.
We have Captain Lou Labano, and there was someone else doing the audio for the cartoon as well. So it doesn't fucking matter. We've had other iterations. This is just another iteration of it.
Yeah.
If Snake can't be David Hayter and Keith Sutherland, then goddamn it,
No,
my brain.
if they use video game voice actors, damn well Nolan North, Mario, fucking Troy Baker would be fucking Luigi. They would use the same 5 voice actors everybody uses for video games nowadays.
It's a me, Mario. And I think we are done with the segment. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to Frank to finish up with his patch notes.
I didn't see somebody add the Killzone part to that, or never mind. Yeah. So here's some quick tidbits here. Real quick. PlayStation Lifestyles. Rebecca Smith reports Final Fantasy 14 and Killzone voice actor Stephen Critchlow has died at age 54. This is really sad. Hasn't been too long since we got to the part where we met that voice actor in Final Fantasy 14, and he's actually a really good voice actor in that. He basically does the narration for most of the Heaven's Ward expansion, like the kind of like god character almost. And it's pretty sad. I thought he was pretty damn good in that game. So to see that kind of sucks, especially with what happens in the events in that game.
Yeah, I think Mario sent us a picture earlier this week with like all the vigils that people were having around the entire server, like all the servers in front of like the house where that voice actor, like where that character is, and where that voice actor, that character that he plays.
Yeah, I haven't been able to go over the last vigil yet, so I should probably check that out, see if it's still.
And there was a lot when I went there. There was about, I think, 15 people or so, just outside the house. And yeah, there's been videos and stuff like that all around. So it sucks because he is probably one of the strongest voice actors in Heaven's Ward, in my opinion. And
Definitely.
the way that his voice kind of the volumes that his voice speaks is very high. So
Yeah, he's
sad.
the narrator. You have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, the narration was so fucking good in that. It's one of the main reasons why I like that expansion.
Yeah, and just the way that, like, after one of those big moments that happens in that game, and it's just like you could. He's a very good voice actor. Very good voice actor.
He's,
So.
he's super good.
Yeah.
Fee, do you have anything to say?
It's upsetting. It's sad to see a character that you have a like specific connection with, or at least even the voice actor, pass away. And I'm happy to see, and I really appreciate the fact that everyone is going and like paying their respects. Like I know at some point I'm probably going to go over there too. It's just really like it's a huge bummer, and especially with the impact that he has in Heaven's Ward, and then just like the overall emotions that he like implements into the actual storyline, which obviously we're not going to go into. It's nice to see how everyone is being so supportive and just yeah.
No. I'll cap this off by saying that I really do hope that he was able to see how much of an impact he made on that expansion, and how big the game got just recently, and see how hopefully he got all that love for his work for it, because with all these people coming out, a lot of people are talking about Heaven's Ward again and how good it is, and I just hope he got to see a lot like that fruition of his work. But on that note, next article is going to be from IGN. Adele anchors Netflix's next Bandersnatch style game is a WWE horror adventure. Mario might be able to shed some more light on this. I think it's the Wyatts. I think it's a Wyatt game.
No, the Wyatts don't exist in WWE anymore. They were all fired.
Oh, they did?
They either all
get
fired,
fucked.
dead, or gone. No. So this is what if the New Day gets hunted by the Undertaker?
Oh yeah, that's right. The Undertaker was in the photo for this.
Yes. So it is Xavier Woods, Big E, and of course Kofi Kingston. Big E, who is now the current WWE champion, are basically
Biggie Smalls.
yes, Biggie
They
Smalls.
brought back Biggie just for this.
Just for this. Big E, of course, yes. Yeah, they're being hunted down by the Undertaker, and you gotta choose them on an adventure to hopefully have them survive or die, which would be interesting. Yeah, cool. I didn't expect this to happen. I'm cool that it's
How
cool that it
many
is.
times is the Undertaker gonna fucking retire? Is he even retired anymore?
He kind of is retired in the ring at least, but as a character, he can exist. Very
guess,
much how
yeah.
Sting, Sting's back. So
I thought Sting was actually like throwing it down though.
he's actually still throwing it down after
Yeah,
a
that's
period of
what I
time
mean,
where
yeah.
we thought that he would never do it again, but he is actually doing actual wrestling. But yeah, this is cool. I guess Bandersnatch was interesting for what it was.
Yeah, because I know you actually played that, or
Yeah, I did.
I guess played that, watched it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know
that
what-
was Black Mirror doing a special sort of like choose your own adventure live action thing about time travel and all that jazz. It was cool. It was about about 90 minutes to 2 hours of a thing that you could visit and do multiple endings. This would be cool. Let's see how this goes. I don't know why they decided to do this, but
yeah, it's such a weird left field for Netflix.
it's a very Scooby-Doo-esque thing here, but all right, cool. The Undertaker's chasing after 3 black superheroes. I don't know why this is a thing that they're doing. It's so weird.
It's so weird. On that note, this next article comes from GameSpot's Haley Williams.
Not that Haley
Respawn
Williams.
teases more Titanfall after reports of the franchise is on the back burner. I didn't see the reports of the franchise being on the back burner,
Let
but like,
let the franchise just go, guys.
no.
Why? It's as
No.
popular ever with Apex. What are you talking about?
It
Yeah,
is.
Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2
I
has
think-
numbers still.
I think the teases are for Apex. They're not for Titanfall.
Oh no, they're probably for Apex. Yeah.
Well,
No, but they definitely say they have Titanfall. They have like Titanfall stuff coming out, like actual Titanfall stuff coming out. Because keep in mind, Valkyrie is the Titanfall like character, because she's the closest thing to a pilot we have in Apex right now. So they definitely have
Okay,
Titanfall on the mind.
Okay, so I read this a couple days ago. When did you get this news?
Yesterday.
There's
Last night.
There are so many random stories about this because there's the part where Titanfall 2 has been hacked. Then there's the part of like they're just leaving it alone as an IP. But then they're like, no, we're not done with it.
No, this is from their Twitter. Their Twitter, they said that Titanfall is always going to be their bread and butter, and that we will be seeing it again very soon.
Respawn devs shut down Titanfall hopes. There's nothing there. So I don't know what that means.
But then recently there was. Frank is right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering what the timeline is for that.
Yeah, this was last night.
That is the latest news.
Yeah, I think
this morning, technically.
Yeah,
I think there's an Apex thing.
It's probably the next expansion for Apex is probably going to be something Titanfall related.
Yeah.
And it's going to piss fans off again because I think when people saw that there was going to be a pilot with Valkyrie, people were like, "Oh, dude, we're finally going to." I mean, Apex takes place in the Titanfall universe, so there's always going to be parallels between those universes. But like, I think Valkyrie was the first time we've ever seen them actually like talk about pilots and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean,
there was an uptick in people playing the game recently, and then the hackers took it over for a minute. It could come back. Just don't come back during Call of Duty or Battlefield.
The only thing is like what. So Respawn, they're working on Apex and they're working on Fallen Order 2, right? Those are the two games they're working on.
And a VR title, I think.
And a VR title. That's where I have the problem right there. It's like I think they've hit their quota of what they're working on.
Yeah, I feel like not Apex. I feel like Titanfall's always kind of been in the background of all three of those or any of the titles that they're currently working on. It's weird. It's mainly I think I don't know have proof of this, but I think it's because of the way EA treated Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is a amazing game in both multiplayer and single player.
Yeah.
But the way EA treated that game is horrendous. It's a little sad because that game had so much love, so much effort put into it, and EA basically treated it as like, this isn't pulling Call. Yeah, they threw it out to die. Like, if this isn't pulling Battlefield numbers, then we're just going to put out a game that's going to pull out Battlefield numbers with Battlefield.
But when you look at this, is Respawn kind of like, thank you, because look at Apex now.
Yeah.
Right. But where the Apex, I don't think would have been a thing if this thing happened. I think because Apex is a game that makes money every single day. It makes money, millions and millions of dollars every day. Right. I don't see Titanfall doing the same thing because Apex is a free game. It's a BR. People are always buying skins. People are always buying coins. People are always buying camos for their guns and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and you're correct on that.
Against Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is a good game. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's one of the best shooter campaigns that I've played through. That's it, though.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And I say this all the time, you're 100% correct on that. I feel like the fan base really kind of, really did kind of abandon Titanfall 2 when, it really kind of needed it. And then came back when it really didn't need it anymore. When Apex came out. But if there is another Titanfall coming out, I implore anybody who is a fan of the series to put your money where your mouth is and buy the next game. And if you really like the series so much, how everybody says they love Titanfall 2, because all of a sudden I see everybody saying Titanfall 2 is an amazing game. When they start talking about Titanfall, then let's see some more players on actual Titanfall. But until that happens, Respawn's probably going to keep doing Apex. Apex is going to keep printing money.
We can have both.
Yeah,
that's the last thing I'll say.
Can we?
But that requires resources that I don't think
we have. Call of Duty, we have Warzone, and we can have both.
But those are two separate studios doing that stuff.
Understandable. It could be
other studios working on. This is Respawn working on.
I don't think Respawn has that kind of.
I'm just saying
that kind of resources.
We'll see.
Unless they third party it, right?
Yeah, unless they give Apex to somebody else and let Apex kind of run its own thing with another studio, kind of like how Warzone's been doing recently. Then we can definitely see more Titanfall and stuff like that. But right now,
I'm just saying, Infinity Ward came out with their game and Warzone at the same time. It's not that much different.
But you have to remember, Warzone was almost a year later.
Still, that's a year later.
And
it's not that much
still
different.
reusing assets.
Of course.
It's not the same. It's
this
not the same game
is not that far off. There, it could have possibly, actually, to be honest, Titanfall could just be in Apex. And I don't know why that's not a thing. Why can't we run off the walls?
Because it would break combat for everybody else.
Yeah, Apex. Yeah, you can't put that in Apex. Apex would
Can't put that in Apex. That's not how that works. But on that note, play Titanfall 2.
Yes, play
Last-
Titanfall 2. Very good
yeah.
game.
Last article from the National Post. I couldn't find the name of this person like anywhere on the thing. I think it's just one.
You mean you mean the person who wrote the article?
Yeah, I
themselves?
couldn't find the name of it. So if National Post, I'm sorry, all I found was the name Wen. So I'm guessing Wen wrote this, but I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, man. Former Soviet chess champion sues Netflix for $5 million over a false claim in Queen's Gambit. I don't know.
Is that the person? That's
Yes,
I guess
it's
Nona-
it's Nona Gebrindashvili.
Yeah, so I put this on here because Fee wanted it, and I don't know anything about this. So Fee, TLDR me on this.
Well, honestly, I understand why she's upset. Like, I think it was everyone keeps on saying, well, it was just 5 seconds. It was 5 seconds of them saying that she was too scared to play against men, and that so the character in the Queen's Gambit was the only one who actually played against men. That is not true. And so Nona, respectively, who's upset, who is a actual chess world champion, is suing Netflix for $5 million for essentially
Defamation at that point. I think, or
defamation,
something like that.
because they tried to say yes, we understand that the premise of the show was it was fiction. It was a fictional story about a girl who saw chess after taking a bunch of drugs on the ceiling and was able to put,
It's true.
I've never seen this show. What?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
actually how it
yeah.
happens.
So,
Yeah.
there was what happened was she grew up in the essentially orphan, she lived in the system from a young age, and one way, and this is actually factual, that a lot of orphanages, to try to calm down children, would specifically provide pills to keep them at a level headedness. We're not going to go into the logistics or anything like that. I don't think it's okay by any stretch, but there's certain things that happen in the movie where she get show, and the person who doesn't even understand the show has now left. Anyway, I digress. He has
I can
headphones on.
still hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can still hear you. I got my
okay.
headphones on.
Yeah, so essentially the premise is it's a woman from a young age to an adult, of her challenges and trying to live through society and try to accept the fact that she, one, has an addiction, and two, that she had a pretty iffy lifestyle in general, and then she meets her hits her dream, which is going to Russia to play against the
Masters.
World
chess.
champion, the Masters,
Yeah.
exactly, because there are real levels of chess, and specifically your ranking
Is it
worldwide.
Grandmasters the biggest one?
Yeah,
Yep.
Grandmaster is the top one, but I don't think it's okay that they did this. I understand if maybe they were doing maybe a nudge, but this was a complete oh, she was too scared to play against men. That was
Somebody had to write that line. You know what I mean?
someone
Which
had
means
to sit
somebody
down and
had to
write
do
that
something.
line.
Somebody knew who this person was,
Yeah.
knew their history, or at least thought they knew the history, and wrote that line. So it's not people saying it's only a 5-second line. It's somebody wrote that, put that in there, and believe it or not, some people are not going to realize that the show is not 100% factual or any of that. They're going to take that for fucking that's truth.
I mean, I think people would understand that this was a fictional show, but the call outs that they were doing in the show were real people.
That's what I mean.
It
There's real people being said in the show. Those facts have to. There's some people out there who are not going to fact check those facts.
Well, that would essentially be saying Mariah Carey actually never did any whistle tones, and she was actually not a great singer back in the late 80s, early 90s. If you want to get shot, that's what you specifically say, because that is completely false.
Mariah Carey fans?
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, don't mess around with Mariah Carey fans.
Yeah,
Mario.
they're
I'm not
they're
here
like
to-
K-pop stands, bro.
You up, dude.
Yeah, no, there's other things that I could I don't like honestly like I don't. Do I think that she's going to get $5 million out of this?
No.
I don't think so. But do I think
They're
that
gonna
there
settle out
might
of court.
be? Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll probably settle. But I also think that this might be an opportunity and a chance for that like Netflix to kind of almost like I understand that at this point they have tons of money, but realizing that you know what we need to kind of recognize or like at least fact check or do
I just think
something.
why though, and the reason why I say that is because movies and TV shows have been doing this for decades. What makes this any special or different? Like the theory of relativity, fucking Selena the movie, Selena the TV show. Like none of these fucking things get everything accurate. It's only dictated because the story needed it to happen. Like that's all it is.
I feel like
I guess it's because it's more defaming on the person.
Is it?
It was five.
I
No,
feel like
it's
it's the
pretty-
same thing
it's
with
pretty
the
hard.
Crown as well. Like the Crown, like the stuff that happens in the Crown, it happens, but like there's really a big hyperbole that happens in that show, for certain characters. And
Yeah.
I've seen that some characters don't like how they're portrayed in that show. And
Yes.
I think the same thing happened with the Last Dance. When we watched
Yeah,
that
sure.
on Netflix, a lot of people were mad of how it came out because, again, it's a Michael Jordan production, right? So Michael Jordan's gonna be hands-on with everything, put him in more of the limelight than everything else.
But you're also
People-
getting the egos of
There's
every other
fun.
fucking NBA player is like, no, he's not
Yeah.
better than me, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I think it was a matter of it was like even though it was like they don't mention her for the rest of the series. She's only mentioned in this one particular part, and the one particular part is saying that she was like her entire chess career, she was too scared to play against men. And that
Yeah,
was not
imagine
the
your
case.
contribution to the show about celebrating chess and like kind of like the bad parts and the good parts about it, and your only contribution to the show is being told that your whole career you just didn't want to, you were too scared to go against men. I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be a little pissed. Like that's
It was
that's
like
what you thought my career is, really?
the entire premise of them mentioning the fact that like the character in the show was like brave enough to go up against a bunch of like men and grandmasters and like slowly make her way through the top was to defame someone else, which was an actual person who did go through the struggles of going through and becoming like a world champion of chess, and just for a show to just instantly just take that away from them in just like a lot of, did any one of us know about this person before? Absolutely not.
No,
But
and that's
now
why I said like some people will just take that as fact when they hear it.
yeah. And
That's
so
no
people
one's
are
gonna go
probably
fact
thinking,
check
like,
that.
they're like, oh, this former Soviet championship like chess player actually like it's cool to know that like, and now it's like people are not like you Frank said, they're not fact checking it. All they're saying is like, oh man, I heard on like the Queen's Gambit that like one of the female champions was known for not wanting to play against men or not feeling comfortable to play against men.
Yeah.
So I think it's, once again, I don't think that she like I hope she gets compensated in some way, because I would understand like your entire career kind of like being like boiled down to a 5-second comment that people are now going to use at a trivia event because
Mhm.
people don't want to look up the actual information.
Yeah, it spreads misinformation, and misinformation is always really bad.
again,
what do
I
you
just think this is just too trivial of a thing that be like, this is not going to show up in fucking
somebody-
Trivia Pursuit.
if-
You know?
But if a show about like the competition you played in misrepresents your history and your
Contribution.
achievements
Yeah.
and your contribution, fucking get that bread, sue the shit out of them, take every dime. I'm all
Yeah.
here for it.
Yeah, this is the one time, and I'm usually with you on this. Percent, I agree. Sometimes actors do take it a little too far, and it's like, yeah, you're in this for the money. This is the one time where I'm like, I could definitely, if I was in this person's shoes, I would be doing the same thing 100%. I don't know if it's about the money for them or if it's about the honor. I hope it's about the honor because, like I said, yeah, people are gonna like. We probably don't remember this person, but somebody out there, somebody in the masses and billions of people are gonna say, well, yeah, that person was not I heard on Queen's Gambit, yeah, that person didn't want to, go against male people, and then that's going to spread to another person, another person, another person. And soon that person is going to be known for that to a certain group of people, and that's not cool. It's misinformation.
Also,
I think it's more about it's more about taking back the narrative by saying, "Hey, I'm suing because this is misinformation." Now people are talking about it.
Yeah.
And no matter how the lawsuit goes, people are going to remember it as, "Oh, that's the one line from Queen's Gambit that they got sued over because it was incorrect," instead of only remembering the line.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 100% correct too.
Because we for like a 10 episode series, that woman spent decades of her life perfecting her craft, being able to play getting to a specific level of chess.
Is she a main character on the show?
No, I don't think she's in the show.
She's not.
She's not in the show at all.
It's a mention that she was just too scared to kind of like prop up the fictional character, that she was brave enough to like go up against these grandmasters and these championship men in the actual series, not just like honestly in the show she probably plays like maybe one or two women.
And they name her like specifically, or
they specifically say
that's the dumb part on them. They should have just made up a fucking character and then just said, "Hey, this person couldn't do it."
Absolutely.
That would have been fine.
Right,
that would have been fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Would have been fine.
Because like this is a
because it's a meaningless. It's a meaningless.
It's a work of fiction.
Yeah,
It's
a
a work of
meaningless
fiction.
thing to happen.
Yeah, unless you are doing like something like I'm taking the crown again. Unless you're doing something that is historically accurate, they're trying to do something a little bit more historically accurate. And yes, you have to have the characters. You have to portray the characters. Queen's Gambit is based on a fictional person. I don't think this person exists.
No, this person's not real.
Yeah, and they're just trying to simulate what happened in real life, but you can still do that with fictional characters.
Then what makes this than any of the other stories that are just total fictions of real life events?
Again, still around to complain about it.
I guess
this person's a real person.
If we do Umbrella Academy 2, where JFK gets shot in the fucking head, we're gonna.
Well, it's not
he's not alive enough to be fucking complaining about it.
It's not that. It's that people will look at this show and look up the person, realize, oh, they're real, and then not go farther than that. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you don't see it like that, and maybe I don't see it like that, maybe if he doesn't see it like that, but there are people out there that fucking gullible.
Yeah, like
who will see it that way.
No.
Like the people that think there's too much Japanese influence in Star Wars.
You have to remember, there are people who think the Earth is fucking flat.
No, it's literally a 10-second comment that completely defames someone who spent their entire life on a main focus, which was chess. Like they probably did multiple other things. I do apologize to this person. I have not done much like research on them. However, they are a real person who is like knocked down like multiple pegs, and like essentially like false information was said about them to prop up a character. Could they have said something else like, you know what, you're like on the same path as like Nona? Like she specifically like it's bringing down, like, I know this sounds silly, but bringing down other women to prop up other women, and it's a fictional fucking character. It's a
when a woman has achievements of her own.
She has an actual achievement. She played against men. That would be like someone going and being like, you know what? The Rock did nothing. The Rock actually was completely false, and The Rock didn't actually make a name for himself. Or like
that is true, actually.
My
family does exactly what you just said.
I got one for you, Mario. Hear me out. Hear me out, Mario.
Makes up a total fiction of what he actually did.
Hear me out, Mario.
So that's why she's upset. That's why she's upset, because she is in a male-dominant specific sport, which is chess, and now she's had these false accusations against her. I know I keep on saying the same thing, but it's just really upsetting for this. Like, I understand if I was in her shoes, I'd be upset. Would I be asking for $5 million? No. Is this going to settle out of court? Probably. Because
she's probably not going to make shit. But I think Sly's on the ball.
Yeah, you're going to ask because exactly.
She's gonna get a couple $1 million.
I think Sly's on the ball with this, whether it might be about the money, and I hope it isn't really about the money, but it's more of like the idea of now people are going to know that every time you go into IMDb or like one of these wikis or anything like that, you're going to see that they're going to have this controversy on there. You're gonna see
Yeah,
that people are
like
gonna.
But now
I
that's not what they're going to be probably known for, is the suing of Netflix.
Well, at least people
I
know
just
that
Googled
it was
her
wrong.
name, and the first two things pop up are her Wikipedia, where it says she was the first woman to be named Grandmaster, and number 2 is this lawsuit. So it's putting it out there specifically, hey, she was a badass and she was misrepresented
Yeah.
in this
Also,
series.
I just want to add, they said that she was a Russian chess player. She was not Russian. She's Georgian. That's another reason why she's upset,
Yeah,
because
it's a
they
different country.
also said that she was a
Former Soviet. Okay, so
Yeah,
former
they said-
Soviet would not necessarily mean that you were from the Soviet Union. It means you were probably a resident of the Soviet Union at the
She
time.
was
So she was
like-
born.
She was born in the
there.
Soviet Union.
she was
It
born in
looks like, and moved to Georgia.
She is in the Soviet Union. She is in the she is in the Soviet Union, but Georgia is a different country inside the Soviet
Yeah.
Union.
yeah.
Well,
so
back
doing-
then, because Georgia, I don't think exists right now anymore. Right? I think it's a different company now.
I mean,
country now. I think it's
Atlanta?
Yugoslavia. I think
mean,
it might
it's
be
in
Yugoslavia.
I think
I
they
mean,
moved. I think they
It's a
moved Georgia to
country- it's a
Atlanta.
country now.
No, that
Is it still-
not.
is it-
okay, don't talk about that. No.
Wait, what?
No.
It's a country? Okay.
One second.
I'm
Yeah,
getting stuff
No. I'm
from
talking
Georgia is
about.
a country.
That was a good joke.
Yes,
you.
Georgia is still a
It is.
country.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I was
thinking
talking
of
about the
something
Georgia to Atlanta thing.
With a
I don't think anybody heard that, but Mario.
With a chess
No,
player
that's why I
spell.
said don't
No,
joke
Fee
about
called
that.
you out for that.
I said don't joke about that.
What happened to Georgia?
The country,
we're not-
it's alive, it's thriving.
It's
Oh, okay.
thriving. Just let's
But
continue.
yeah. So like I was telling Mario, just imagine somebody. It's 2035. You know, they're writing your biopic, right? And or actually no, they're just doing a video game like journalist thing, right?
Sure.
And in that journalist thing, they mention your name and they say Mario Rivera was too scared to play Mario Kart online with people. Wouldn't you get a little mad?
Imagine that in
Not
front
for
of
$5
like,
million, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but imagine that in front of like, what if you played Mario Kart professionally, for example, right? Like you play that game professionally, you make millions of dollars off, like that's what you did, or not millions, but like that was what your profession was.
That's your career. That's your profession.
Yeah.
That's your career.
Your
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
life.
People, somebody's
like,
out there
fuck, I'm in a movie.
specifically,
No, but
specifically attacking
other
your
thing would
career.
be- the other thing would be like, what if you were you're a video producer and you don't like working with women? Then they said that.
That is like.
That's defamation.
That
And
is-
you
that
can
is-
stick
that is
to it.
kind of on
the
Yeah,
same
and that's
spectrum right
not
there.
the point of the
Yeah.
entire thing. I think we've talked this to
We-
death.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
this, and at this point, if Mario doesn't understand, he's just not going to understand. Let's continue.
Yes. What is next?
That's it.
That's
That's
it
it.
for the news. That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be
All-
a short news segment. That took forever.
I mean, we got
It was
talking
Nintendo,
points. We got
man.
talking points.
The Nintendos, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo makes everybody talk for
Nintendo,
so long.
Nintendo just makes weird Nintendo fucking decisions. That's why it's
Yeah.
always a discussion with them. That's why it's always a discussion with
this
them.
podcast was pitched as an hour and 15, and now it's cut
It's
consistently
definitely
over
never
3
been an hour and
hours.
15.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
But you know what? I like the conversation. It's fun.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this up to everybody that's here. Do we want to cut it at that point because we're at that mark
Yeah,
now?
I think that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
We're
let's do
good
that.
there. Okay, let's do that. Okay, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us for the Point in Progress episode 26 for the podcast. There's a lot of fun. A lot of heated discussions. A lot of great card games were brought up.
Yeah,
And
that nobody's
we
playing.
had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun tonight. Sly, where can everybody find you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at SlyclinMC. Next week, I'm starting filming for a super project I'm super excited about, so keep your eyes peeled on all the Point in Progress links for when that gets announced. But especially, please go follow me over on TikTok. I know it's silly, like TikTok, whatever, but I'm really close to hitting 1K. And so that's like a big goal of mine. I really want to hit 1K on TikTok. So if you have an account, please go drop me a follow. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
Heck yeah. E, where can everybody find you?
You can find me over on Twitter, at twitter.com/Ceranics. You can find me over on my Twitch at twitch.tv/Ceranics. Where honestly, probably gonna play the card game that we've all talked about this evening, which I just found out is actually on Steam. So I'm probably gonna play it there.
Wait,
Nintendo.
the Yoko Taro game's on Steam?
It's on Steam, so your girl's gonna play it on Steam. The
Yeah,
demo
she put up a screenshot in
Yeah,
the
I put up
general.
a screenshot.
Oh, I thought-
Not only
yeah.
that, I just want to say that Steam suggests that like
Loop
similar
Hero.
games is Loop Hero. So I'm just gonna drop the mic there and say that that is a thing. Also, on Tuesday night, you can hang out with me over at Speaking of Stadia, where I'm gonna be talking about Stadia games with my two friends, Jake and Aaron. So definitely check
Oh,
that
yeah.
out. And on Sunday, I'm gonna be finishing up, or at least hopefully finishing up, unless I'm trying to complete it 100%, which your girl's probably going to do that. Over on going to start at about 8:30 Eastern, and we're going to play over on this channel at twitch.tv/pointinprogress.
I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
real question
Honk.
is, where can't you find V?
Correct. Where can't you find me?
Nico. Okay, so
What?
that's the Japanese streaming website. Come on, you can't find her on there. She
I
doesn't
thought you
have
were
an
talking
account on
about.
there.
I thought you were making a fucking anime reference here.
You know what? That joke did not
Nico,
land.
Nico,
Apparently, it did not land. Mario, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Fansly and OnlyFans. No, you can find me here at Point in Progress, where we sometimes do reviews and stuff like that at the YouTube channel. But you can also find me at youtube.com/thatMarioRivera, where I have a Halo show where I invite someone over every week to play Halo with me. We are in the middle of scheduling this upcoming week, but we have a few people up and ready. So until then, check
What are
it
you
out
on
there.
season? What are you on? Halo 4
Still,
now?
no, still on 2.
2?
It's a lot of levels, but we're
Yeah,
getting close to gearing up for season 3. So Halo 3 is on the way. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go sequential, and then if I make it to 6, I'll do 6, and then the bonus seasons will be Reach and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's where you can find me.
Frank, where
can-
can y'all find him?
You can find me here at the Twitch, the Point in Progress Twitch, where I talk video games with my people.
Mad shit about video games.
We're talking about Canyoneros and Toyota Fords up in this motherfucker every week. No, you can find me here at Point in Progress, where we talk about. You can find me at Twitter, where I talk shit about video games, and you can find me hopefully on the YouTube channel next week. I have written up a Deathloop review. I already have the script ready. I just need to find the time and motivation to actually splice up a video, record it, and all that. But you probably will see that next week. And then next week, I'm looking to do some Neo 2 on the channel. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I am contemplating. I don't know what you want to do. I'm going to talk to you, Mario, after the podcast is done here about Kenna, and then try to coordinate something with that if you want to coordinate something with that. But yeah, you can find me here on Point in Progress. My other channel, I am in the middle of moving and stuff like that, so my streams and stuff are all really scarce at the moment. So you can find me here, Point in Progress, where we have this podcast. We have Fantasy in Progress every week. Both podcasts are every week, and then we have review videos that come out every semi-weekly, every bi-weekly, I would say.
When we want to do them.
Yeah, when we want to do them. Right now they're like bi-weekly-ish kind of type thing, every like 3 weeks or something like that. So, and they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. Good, nicely produced, and they're popular apparently on our channel. So good for us. Good for us. But guys, thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 26 for the Point in Progress podcast. A podcast that is on 2 different continents with 5 different friends, 3 different time zones, everything that we love, and thinking
Continents?
critically of them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm in Antarctica, man.
We're all on the same continent, my dude.
I'm
5
in
different
dude,
countries.
bro.
5 different
I don't know about you,
countries.
but I'm in Georgia.
There was something with the
Five
that I
different
missed.
Mario is in Georgia.
5 different countries. Damn, Georgia.
Oh, man, 5 different planets.
Dude,
Oh,
I
man.
have an
This
idea
is-
for next week's podcast.
This is when this is when I don't have the script in front of me and I keep forgetting it. 5 friends, 3 different time zones, and 2 different countries. There it is. There it is. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys like this show, please hit that like button. If you guys want more, or if you guys like this kind of show, like this kind of podcast, hit that sub button. We're here every week for you guys. Until next time.
Progress has been made. Shout out
Shout out
to
to Anna Joy Taylor.
Alexis
Shut-
Blake, happy birthday.
shout out to Nona Gaparindashvili.
What
Why-
the
wait,
fuck?
wait, we're just doing shout
How you pronounce
Yeah.
that?
What?
out to Coffee Cake. Bye guys.
Yeah.